Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. It's a real privilege to talk to you because your story is really quite unique. You came over here as an immigrant, set up your first business. Tell me how that started and what triggered you to do that.
Thank you so much for having me. Just wanted to say you're a bit magical. Yesterday I didn't have voice at all. I was not supposed to come. This morning I woke up. I have this crazy voice, but I'm here.
I have that kind of power.
Absolutely, you do. Yes, I came here in the UK 20 years ago. I had 300 pounds in my pocket. I barely spoke English. I didn't know anyone. Last 10 years, I built 15 businesses from scratch. 10 have failed, didn't survive a year. 5 succeeded and 1 I sold. So I still run multiple side hustles like a swim school you mentioned. I also have a small property management company managing properties in London and in France. And I work with entrepreneurs. I coach and mentor 400 entrepreneurs every year. I organize events. I host events a bit like you. Invite amazing female founders. I support different communities. I just love what I do. Yes.
So, what made you start your first business?
My first business I actually started 20 years ago when I was back in my country. I'm Russian originally. And I think when you have that mindset, kind of entrepreneurial mindset, you're always, my first education was, I studied applied mathematics and computer science. And I feel like I have this kind of problem solving. I work in a company and then I'm like, how can I do it better? So one of the first businesses was a web design company where I traveled in the US for 3 months and we were basically having clients from the US, but we were hiring IT guys from Russia. And so basically we were having the margin, like a bigger paycheck from the US company, and we could pay a bit less to entrepreneurs, to IT guys in Russia. Yeah, so that was my first business, but long time ago.
You mentioned about the fact that you'd set up 15 businesses and 10 failed.
Yeah.
Tell me about the first failure and how you dealt with that and carried on, keep building and opening new businesses.
I don't like this word failure.
No, neither do I.
It's like you're learning from the experience. And to be honest with you, when I say like 10 failed, actually the failed is like they didn't survive past 1 year. But obviously, by building a business, you learn so much. And I would say, out of all the 10 businesses I've built, I learned a few things. So you were asking, what is a kind of the failure which really shaped me, so to speak?
Yeah.
So I would
and kept you going, really.
So I call them failure is the business where I wasn't able to exit. Having this experience that like one I built from scratch and was able to sell, this for me is a kind of success. For me, a success is when you fired yourself from the business runs without you. That's kind of ultimate.
That's the ultimate success
as an entrepreneur. So that's other businesses which I didn't manage to exit, to sell, and just close the doors, and these businesses are not live. I call it failure, but it's wrong. And I absolutely admire how in the US, the mindset, how they treat failure. One of my favorite entrepreneurs is Sarah Blakely, the one who did the Spanx. Her dad was asking, when she was a young girl, he was asking her, what did you fail at this week? And if she had nothing to say, he was like disappointed. So it's kind of these milestones towards your exit.
It's like you've not tried hard enough, or you've not taken enough risks if there's not something that you haven't failed in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you've got to push yourself, haven't you, to get a failure.
Yeah, and I mean, how would I say, because I had exposure to multiple different ventures, I'm not a big believer in like push yourself harder if it's not working. You know what I mean? I am a big believer. I speak to many.
Exit fast.
exit fast, but also like I love starting with brainstorming as many ideas as you can. You have 20 ideas to monetize yourself, to make money. So commit to one idea for 6 months. If it's not working out, what is your next idea you're going to be playing with?
So where does that mindset come from, the way that you view failure and, yeah, let's try it for 6 months? Because I think quite often we don't like to talk about things that don't work.
Yeah.
We only see people's highlight reels.
Yeah.
We don't often see this side. So, yeah, where did that mindset come from?
It's a good question. I mean, I was just reflecting on it with my kids. My dad is an alcoholic, and I left country when I was 20 years old. But every single friend I had, actually all of them, they had their dads as an alcoholic. So it was
Wow.
not necessarily the way to escape from where it's something internal. It's, I don't know, maybe it is a bit genetic. I mean, my mom is a really tough cookie. My dad was entrepreneur when I was raised. So it's hard to say. And I guess what shaped me as well, like my first job when I came in the UK was cold sales, cold calling. And when you kind of have to pick up the phone, do 100 calls a day, you know that knock on 100 doors, 10 will open. This is a fantastic training background for any startup. Like, I want my kids to go in sales.
It's
and
great
do
to
that
deal with
awful
rejection, isn't it?
Exactly. You have a thicker skin. Of course, I'd love to have actually thin skin, you know. But yes, sales is a great training, and I would say lots of experience shape us.
I didn't last long in telephone sales, I tell you. So tell me about your networking, because you are a real networker. You know, when Sam introduced you and she was talking about some of the groups that you belong to and the hundreds of people, you talked about the hundreds of people that you'll mentor. What is behind the 100 coffees strategy?
I absolutely love that 100 coffees strategy, and I share it with every single founder I speak with. Part of my role now, I work with London and Partners, Grow London Local. We have targets. You know, it's almost like a sales job, but it's free consultations. It's a government-funded organization. So I have to speak to 90 people per quarter, so 30 people a month. So literally I speak to at least one person a day. And the people who come to me, we support people who just want to start a business, who want to grow their business. And something, I only have half an hour with them. That's what all government funding for. And I basically signpost them towards all the business support available for them. I'm a big fan of accelerators. I direct them to all these amazing resources. And I share this 100 coffee strategy. So if you want to take your business to another level, or if you want to start a business, lots of people, they spend years building their website, dealing with all the different colors and like a branding, etc. And they haven't even picked up a call and like spoke to one real person. So 100 coffees, it sounds catchy. 100 is a big number, but if you think about it, in a year it's only 52 weeks. Meaning that if you could do 2 coffees a week, it's already 104. So, I mean, obviously, I'm a big fan of doing it like running a life-friendly business. I'm a mom of 3. I don't want to have a burnout. But actually, 2 coffees a week sounds quite doable. But of course, I mean, ask yourself, maybe you're super introverted and for you it's just 1 coffee a month. And so the reason why I share this strategy with everyone is because when I shared, people come back to me and they say, you know what, I've done 19 coffees. I have more clarity now. I'm actually pivoting and doing that bit of my business better. It works. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so they're calling up people and just inviting them for a coffee or a Zoom coffee or something, yeah.
So, I mean, I am Russian. I'm very direct. I used to approach it the way...
There's a trend here today, isn't there?
I the direct, and in terms of like, if I'm looking for a job, I would approach you and like, hey, that's me. Here is my CV. Do you have any openings available for me in your department, or do you know anyone who is who is hiring? So it's a bit like our role, what I learned is just to open conversations, just to invite person for a coffee, for a virtual coffee or coffee in person. And I usually, they all talk about hooks, 100 coffees is a kind of a catchy hook, but there is a bit more work behind it, meaning that I challenge people I speak to. One of my favorite exercise is to invite them to block 1 hour of their time, to take A4 piece of paper and to write 100 names. And it could be your close friends, ex-colleagues, someone who liked your posts on Instagram, someone who already DM'd you but you didn't follow up, and just open conversations with these people, just to catch up for a quick catch up, quick coffee. And usually it resonates with people, if you see what I mean.
I don't mind 100 coffees. Mind you, I'd never sleep then, would I? So Darya, I think coming over here at 20 and setting up your business, setting up 15 businesses and running 5, you must know a lot about resilience.
Yeah.
So can you share any tips with us about how you've built it, how you sustain it?
It's a beautiful question. I'm publishing the book next year, The Immigrant Entrepreneur. So I'm sharing these 19 practical hacks. 100 coffee strategy is one of my...
one of the 19.
One of the 19. But actually...
Do cocktails come into any of them? Just asking.
Absolutely. Coffees, teas, cocktail, whatever rocks your boat, right? So, I mean, I talk a lot about delegation. I'm a big believer in focusing on your super strengths, being really aware of what is it that you're good at and delegating all the rest, giving yourself permission to delegate to someone else. I recently started to reflect how the whole business journey is changing, meaning that when I opened my swim school 10 years ago, I took it from one tiny morning kind of test to the fully booked week. And now it's a different economy. The Brexit, the COVID, so many people are leaving now because of the tax changes, and I'm back to, let's say, 3 days a week. And I have to adjust, I don't want to have the same costs. And I think in our business journeys, the businesses are changing, is not really constant, and kind of, I don't like this word, like have these conversations with yourself, because I speak to so many people and we are all a little bit delusional, but have this honesty with yourself, it's not
Who's delusional?
So I'm a big believer in like tough conversations, honest conversations with yourself. I'm a big believer in morning routines. I do 3 morning pages, non-negotiable, every single day, meaning that my first page is the 10 things I'm grateful for, then I manifest what I'm working towards, like my goals, and then I just dump whatever is going on in my head. It works for me. I'm a big believer in habit stacking, meaning that, okay, I mastered it. I've been doing this 3 morning pages routine for probably 3 years now, and I'm like adding a 5-minute meditation on top of it. And it doesn't happen maybe every day, but I'm trying, and I feel like for a year now, I am getting there. It helps me.
So the habit stacking, that's where you're adding it on to an existing routine at the same time then?
Yes.
Yeah. And so by doing that, you're able to expand your capacity to do all kinds of different things then?
Probably. I mean, yes. I understand that your question was about business resilience. And I mean, it's a very difficult question for me to answer. I guess it's all about mindset. It's about being kind to yourself. Like one day hasn't been fantastic, but be able to kind of wake up the next morning and to say, you know what, I can do it anyway. What gives me a lot of pleasure now is to inspire others. Like they see me, they see like, oh, she's so down to earth. If she can do it, I can do it. Yeah. I kind of, it gives me purpose to keep inspiring other people.
Yeah, and you don't doubt yourself at all, do you? I think that's one of the things that comes over is the fact that you don't second guess and you just have those ideas, as you say, you brainstorm them and you do it. And
I mean, of course, we all doubt ourselves, aren't we? And we all, like, I doubt myself. I think
but you do it anyway.
I do it anyway, but I challenge myself. I feel like I play too small. And I'm having lots of conversation with my one of the best friends now, ChatGPT. So I
thought he was my friend.
Yeah, meaning that it gives you, this, like, again, when I feel like I'm a bit delusional, it gives me this, planning, like I have a plan now. I use the ChatGPT even as a business coach now. So I know my long-term goals, where I want to be. Yes, I want to be speaking on stages. I want to have my book as a bestseller. I want to invest in businesses. I already started it. I would love to be consulting them, be on board, etc. That's where like 3-5 years plan time. But like I also have a plan for this next quarter. Like what am I doing? My book launch party is 12th of March. So I'm kind of going in there. What I'm trying to say, when I have doubts now, I actually ask, for like a little mini therapy. And I usually, ChatGPT says to me, this is absolutely normal to have doubts. We all have this imposter syndrome, but it's just doing it anyway.
I think what's really important to say about that in terms of the doubt side is a lot of people will say to me, like, you're so lucky because you're so confident and, because you've done all this stuff before, it's easy for you. And it just isn't. Because I always say, like, it doesn't matter what you've done before. Just doing something different, doing something new. You still got all those doubts. Yes. It doesn't matter what you've done before. It doesn't matter how good you get. It's almost like you've got to get used to that feeling, haven't you? You've got to get used to the fact that, as soon as you step outside of what's normal for you, what's usual, but understand it's normal and it's normal for everybody, whatever they've done.
Yeah. I love this saying when they say confidence comes from taking actions.
Absolutely, yeah.
And
it's not a trait.
Yes, it's almost like a skill we could build. And I feel like because you have taken so much action before, and I have taken so much action before, you know what? I can deal with whatever shit life throws at me.
Yeah.
And another tiny hack I usually share, I love this. I mean, my life is a bit crazy. 3 kids, still young, teenagers at home, running multiple businesses, working full time. I had fire in my kitchen end of August. I had to move 6 times in September. So my life is completely mad. But what the little tiny hack I share with my founders I speak to, it's these 3 kind of ticks. You should refill your cup every day. Meaning like peaceful shower just by yourself and no one is screaming, mommy this or mommy that, like my favorite cup of coffee or cup of tea, whatever it is for you. And, just in peace writing your 3 morning pages. Like I filled in my cup, whatever life throws at me, I can handle it.
I think that's a very, very good place to end. So Darya, thank you so much for sharing your story and your tips.
Thank you so much for having me.
Truly appreciate it. So everybody, please.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.